Video editing can take a ton of time. We're talking hours, days, and sometimes even weeks to get your project done. So in this video, I'm going to share you some of our top resources so you can edit faster than ever before. I'm Mark Brown for Editor's Keys, and on this channel, we do everything audio, video, and design, and we give you the best tutorials so you can get the best out of your projects. So if you're like us and you love video editing, you know, sometimes actually putting the story together on your timeline isn't the hard bit. Sometimes it's looking for titles, transitions, and effects. That can really take up a lot of time. So I'm going to show you the best sites that we use to really speed up your editing process. So let's jump straight in to the first one. So our first set of resources is for motion graphics and titles. I'm going to show you a few different sites here. The first one is called MotionVFX, and we really love these guys, so check out this site.
Okay, so this is our first website. This is MotionVFX, and this is one to visit if you're a Final Cut Pro 10 user or if you use Apple Motion or Adobe After Effects. They really do have a great selection of products here. Under Apple Motion, you've got slideshows, broadcast, occasional, logo, sports and trailers. There's some plugins here for color grading and visual effects. There's some After Effects plugins as well. But what I really love, if you're getting into Final Cut Pro 10 for the first time, and you know you need to create some motion graphics or call-outs for a client or your first YouTube video, this is where you want to check out. You know, I think a lot of websites have quite a poor selection of free products. You know, there's usually one or two. MotionVFX has a ton, and it's all really good quality stuff. What's great about this is that you can just hover over one of these thumbnails and it'll give you a full preview of what the effect will look like when you come to use it in Final Cut Pro.
Next is VideoHive, so let's show you that.
Now, this is the next website. This is VideoHive.net, as we mentioned, and there's a couple of reasons why I love this website. It's not strictly just a titles and effects website. So let's just say you need some video footage of some coffee. You get some relatively quite low cost video footage, but we're here for the effects. So if we go under motion graphics, let's go under lower thirds, for example, and let's just say you need some social media graphics. As I say, we're not all graphic designers, so this website gives us the ability to download some really cool video effects that you can put straight into your Final Cut Pro, Premiere, or other video editing projects.
The next one is called LenoFX. I recently discovered this one, so let me show you this site.
The previous two websites generally sell single effects or single shots, single effects, things like that. They do have packs as well, but this website really specializes in full transition and title packs. So let's say you're working on a TV series or a YouTube series, and you don't want to use the exact same title for every single video. This website features a lot of title effects, which have the same theme to them, but there's lots of different variations of that same title.
Another really popular one with some really great assets is called PixelFilm Studios. Let me show you that.
They have a lot of effects for Final Cut Pro 10 and Motion. There are also some for Adobe Premiere Pro as well. So let me give you a little preview of what they do. This is called the Trans Zoom Warp Speed 2, and you may have seen this effect used by a lot of YouTubers. Gives you that kind of zoom in and sudden effect, which is really quite cool. It can be quite hard to achieve if you don't know how to do it. So getting something like this for just $29 can really improve your video. It's very, very easy. It just drag and drops like a normal Final Cut Pro transition as well, which makes it really good. And let's move on to something else they have. They also have some really great plugins. Now, this is something that I thought I'd pull out because I know I get asked a lot about this one. It's about motion tracking in Final Cut Pro 10. It doesn't seem to have as good motion tracking as something like Premiere Pro or After Effects. And this one here will allow you to track objects and then put text on the side like this. But this is something that I think a lot of people need or want to show off. You know, there's lots of good examples like this map one here. Rotation of objects. Graphics within 3D space. I think it's really, really cool, and it's something we use here at Editor's Keys a lot. As I say, it's quite hard to do in Final Cut Pro 10, so just having a plugin like this for $39, you can use it for the rest of your time in Final Cut Pro 10. It's not limited at all, and it just enables you to do really cool motion text effects like this.
So that's your graphics and titles out of the way. Next is for the main important bit, and that's your music and sound effects. And our top resource for this is our friends over at Epidemic Sound. So let me show you how their site works. It's really good.
Let me tell you why I love this website so much. I just think there's so many websites that do music. And the problem is a lot of the music doesn't sound that good. It just sounds like it's been done on a MIDI keyboard by the same artist, and it just doesn't sound like something you would actually hear on TV or in any professional YouTuber's video. So let me show you how it works. So you've got different sections here. You've got just a standard browse where you can look through the different categories they do. You've got albums, you've got sound effects, you've got latest, and this latest chart is updated every week. But let's just say we want to look for hip hop. I just think everything sounds good and interesting. And there's lots of different variations as well. So let's play you a couple of tracks here. And here's one of the best things. Let's say you love that acoustic track, but really you only wanted the drum stem or the bass stem. You can do that. Or you can download the full mix and then remove the vocals. So you've got a lot of freedom here, which you don't get a lot with a lot of other websites. You know, you download a song and you're stuck with that song. We've got a special offer. If you use the code, which you'll see on your screen now, you can actually sign up for a full 30-day free trial, and then it's just £10 a month after that. It's so cheap. It's so good. Honestly, you need to check this out.
So that was Epidemic Sounds, and that's our favourite one. That's the one that we use here at Editor's Keys almost every day. It's really great. The next option, number 2 in our place, is called SyncTracks. So let me show you them.
So this is the SyncTracks website. I would say this company is aimed more at your higher end production companies that maybe make proper television or film work. They may disagree with me on that, but I know a lot of BBC and ITV production companies that use SyncTracks. So it seems to be used more in that market. And the reason for that is because SyncTracks actually probably has the best pre-cleared music for all of the different platforms out there, and it's actually a worldwide license as well, which you don't get with some of the other music production companies online. That just basically means if you do a documentary and you put a bit of music on and it goes out into a different country, you're not going to get into any copyright issues using that music, which is really, really good. They are much more expensive than something like Epidemic Sounds, but as I say, they're aimed more for your television-based documentary makers and people like that. And you can just go through, just have a little listen, and find the kind of music you want. You can do little searches up here and find, say, if you want hip hop or if you wanted some kind of acoustic music, you can do that here and they'll find the best music based on a selection of keywords. So there we go. That's SyncTracks. Definitely check them out at synctracks.com.
Next up is a very popular one. It's called Audio Jungle, and it's great because it has a lot of original music but also a lot of sound effects as well. So let me show you that site.
Now, what I love about this one is that you can get royalty-free music and audio tracks from $1. So if you're just looking for that odd track, you're very new to video editing and you can't quite maybe afford a subscription to something like Epidemic or SyncTracks, and you just need a quick sound effect or a quick audio track, check out Audio Jungle, because you might have something on here which is pretty cool. So let's do a little search. What should we search for? Let's maybe search for rock. Let's play this track here. This is $20. Now, it already sounds like something you'd probably hear on an ad or a YouTube ad. Let's go to the next one, see what that sounds like.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
There we go, quite rocky and powerful as well. I like that. That sounds great. Now, the only problem is with Audio Jungle, in my opinion, is that you can see here that even though it advertised tracks from $1, you won't find very many for $1. You may find sound effects, and I think that's where it comes into its own, is with its sort of cheaper sound effects. But you can see here, some of these tracks are $29, $30, $18, and for that price you could have 3 or 4 months membership with something like Epidemic Sound and get as many tracks as you want instead of just one track on here. So you can see here that it says it's found 76,156 rock royalty-free music and sound effects from $1, just from that single search. So I think it's a great option if you just want lots and lots of options and you want potentially some quite cheap effects. So check it out. That's audiojungle.net.
And finally, if you don't have a big budget, the next one has a limited amount of sound effects, but it's completely free. It's called freesound.org, and let me show you that site.
Okay, so this is freesound.org. I was debating whether to put this on the list at all, but the reason I did is because it's completely free, and I think it's always worth mentioning a complete free resource. So what I would say about this, I'm going to click on the sounds page here, is that there is a lot of rubbish music on here. So you're going to spend a lot of time, a lot of wasted time, trying to find your right song. You'll type in hip hop and you'll find some just rubbish MIDI beats. But every now and again you do find a gem. I'm just going to hit some random ones here. I haven't played these before, but let's have a listen. So there we go, quite Euro dance. You know, but you may be looking for something like this. This is free, remember, so I can't complain. Next up, let's pause that. This is a car passing in a village. Now, to be honest, there's been videos where we could have used a sound effect like that. And I think that's why it's worth a mention, because you can find some really good sound effects on here. They don't cost you a penny. I believe they're all royalty free, and that's what makes it really, really good. So, you know, if you don't have the budget to spend on a subscription, check this out first. You may find some good music. You know, there's not a great selection on here, but I wanted to mention it. Check it out. It's freesound.org. Let me know what you think.
So there you go, there's our top resources that we use here at Editor's Keys every day. I truly do think that they are some of the best, but do you use different ones? Are there some that we've missed off our list that you'd like us to include in a future list? Please leave your comments below and let me know if you're going to use any of the ones you've seen here in the video today. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.